We're on a record in cause number 328726. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Randy Lee Abshire. Mr. Abshire, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Abshire, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Abshire?
Fine.
That's good. Mr. Abshire, I have before me an information that states that on or about November 20th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal mischief. Mr. Abshire, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Abshire, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Freely, yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Mr. Abshire, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials RA on a line that's next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 3 of this same document, above the line that's titled Defendant, there's a signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, there is a signature above the line that's titled Defendant. Mr. Abshire, did you sign this document?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Abshire, there are 2 boxes that are checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain agreement and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to appeal, which means you are giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Abshire, did you sign a document out there that is titled Discovery Certification on a piece of? Okay, now, prior to signing all of these documents that I just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Bynum, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Correct. Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer States 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, which is the probable cause affidavit in this case.
Mr. Bynum, you have any objections?
No objection.
Mr. Bynum, Mr. Abshire's State's Exhibits Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 are admitted. Mr. Bynum, you've advised and counseled Mr. Abshire. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Abshire, your attorney, Mr. Bynum, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Abshire, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, it's for 30 days county jail.
Mr. Abshire, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you're entitled to get by law. You will also be required to pay court costs in this case of $327. Mr. Abshire, would you be able to pay the court costs of $327?
I'm unemployed right now, Your Honor.
Okay, so my question is, will you be able to pay the court cost of $327?
Yes.
You will?
I mean,
You should either, and the question is either yes or no answer. And
I mean,
then,
not at this time.
okay, so you're not able to pay the court cost of $327, is that correct?
No, sir.
All right, now, Mr. Abshire, I'm looking at an affidavit of indigency that was previously signed and filed by you. And now, in this affidavit, it shows that you had a income of $3,200. Has that changed?
Yes, sir. I lost my job since I've been incarcerated for this.
Okay, okay, so you're no longer employed, is that correct?
No, sir.
And, Mr. Abshire, you have no other source of income, is that correct?
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir, it's correct.
Okay, now, your expenses, are they still the same, like, the bills, like, I think you had $800 of rent, is that correct?
Yeah, they're all still the same. That's just, I don't have a job anymore.
Okay, so all of the expenses are still the same, but you do not have, but the income has changed.
Correct.
All right, so Mr. Abshire, based on your statements, the court is gonna find that you're indigent pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Your court costs, in this case, is going to be waived. Okay, so that simply means
Yes,
that
sir.
you will not have to pay the court costs because the court has found that you are indigent.
Yes, sir.
All right, now, Mr. Abshire, let me
Yes,
just, you'll be sentenced to 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit anytime that you are entitled to get by law. The court costs, in this case, of $327 will be waived, and that's pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, because the court has found that you are indigent. Mr. Abshire, do you understand the state's offer and the court's adjustment?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer and the court's adjustment or court's finding is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Abshire, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement and make the finding that the court cost is waived pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, and the court finds that you are indigent. Mr. Abshire, this will conclude your case. Please follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
You too, thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Your Honor, that's everything on my docket. May I be excused?
Yes. Yes, you may be excused.